Hi, this is Bill Stannard from the YES program. Welcome back to YES Online Learning. This is our second video in coding the P51 bomber game. Let's get right to it, okay? As you can see, we have our 4 sprites and our background, and the first thing we're going to do is start coding the P51. So to do that, we click on the actual P51 sprite, and we're going to go in and we're going to write a script. So I'm going to click on the word scripts. And you can see there's nothing there right now. So the first thing we're going to do is add a script. So I'm going to click on the plus down below. And the first thing I want to pick is the event that's going to start the game. So that's under events. And that is going to be when the scene starts, which is the top one. So I'm going to click on that, and it automatically puts it where it needs to be. The second thing I'm going to do is change the size of the P51. And the reason I know I have to change the size is because I've built the game before. If you're building a game for the first time, you'll have to adjust the size perhaps of one of your sprites. So I'm going to click on the plus, and I'm going to change the size, and that's a look. So I'm going to change the looks of the sprite. So I'm going to click on looks, and I'm going to click on set size. So I'm going to click on that, and it automatically puts it where it needs to be. And I'm going to set my size to 25%. So I'm going to click on 60, and I'm going to type in 25, and then click OK. All right, so that's my first piece of code. I'm going to set the size to 25%. My second piece of code is where I'm going to put my P51 Mustang. So that's going to be placing it somewhere on the screen. So I'm going to click the plus to get to my code, and that's a motion. So I'm going to click on motion, and I'm going to click the very top one, which is place at X. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to drag it down while it's highlighted. I'm going to drag it down below the set size to 25. And I'm going to click on the 100 that's next to the X. And it says either place visually or edit the formula. Well, I'll show you how to place it visually. So I'm going to click on place visually, and you'll see this great big spaceship is up in the top of the screen. I'm going to move it down here near the bottom of the screen. Okay, and once I've done that, I'm going to click back. And you want to save your changes. Yes, I do. Okay, so it's now set it at -98 for the x-axis and -467 at the y-axis. If you want to adjust that a little bit, you can change those numbers just by clicking on them. So if I wanted to change the y coordinate, I could click on it, and I could edit formula. And I'm going to change it to -500. Okay, now I did that just to show you how it works. Okay, so if I want to change the -98, I could change that by clicking on it, edit formula, and I could change it to let's say 50, and click OK. All right. So there we go. When the scene starts, set the size to 25%. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to press the Go button, which is down near the bottom on the right-hand side. And there it is. Now, I haven't changed where the other guys are. All I've changed is where my spaceship, which is the P51, is. So I'm going to go back by clicking on the back arrow at the bottom and the back arrow again. And I'm going to write some more code. I want this P51 to fly on the screen depending on how I tilt my phone. Okay, and that's kind of cool. That way you can control where it is on the screen just by moving your phone. And I want that to do it the entire time that the game is playing. In other words, I want it to do it forever. So I'm going to click plus, and that has to do with control. So I'm going to click on the word control, and you'll see the third one down is the word forever. So I'm going to click on that, and you'll see it puts it up at the top of my code. While it's highlighted, I want to move it down. Okay, and I'm going to move it below there. Now you see, as soon as I let go of it, it creates another piece of code. And this is actually a forever loop, meaning it will run as long as the game is running. And whatever I want to happen during the game, I put inside of that forever loop. Okay, so what do I want to happen? Well, I want it to place my P51 Mustang wherever I tilt my screen to. So I'm going to add some code, hit the plus, go to motion, and I'm going to pick the top one, place, and I'm going to drag it down, and I'm going to put it in between the forever and the end of loop. Now, where do I want to place my P51? Wherever I'm tilting my phone. So to do that, I am going to click on the 100, and I'm going to edit the formula. And now you'll notice over on the left-hand side of what looks like a calculator, it has all sorts of different words: compute, properties, functions, logic, sensors, data. I'm going to look under properties, or under functions, or under logic, or under sensors. Which one do you think I'll look in to see which way my phone is tilted? If you guess sensors, you're absolutely right. So what I'm going to do is pick inclination X, which is just about in the middle of the screen. All right? And I am going to multiply inclination X. So I hit the multiplication key, which also looks like a little tiny X, and I'm going to put in -10 because I want it to be pretty sensitive to how much I'm tilting my phone. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for Y. So I'm going to click on the 200. I'm going to go in here to sensors. I'm going to go into inclination Y, and I'm going to multiply it by -10. Okay, why -10? Well, the way it comes out of the box, if you leave it as just multiplying it by 10, it will go backwards to the way you're tilting the phone. In other words, if you tilt the phone to the right, the P51 is going to go to the left, and that's kind of counterintuitive. So that's why I make it a -10. So let's see if this actually works. So I'm going to click on the Go button, the lower right-hand corner, and you'll see now as I tilt my phone, and you have to take my word for it that I'm tilting my phone, tilting it forward now, and I'm tilting it to the right, and now I'm tilting it backwards, and now to the left, and so on. So I can control, just by moving my phone, where my P51 is. Okay, that's it for this video. I will meet you in the third video, and we will keep coding. Thanks.